It's Friday and I'm starting this vlog a little bit early because, well, it might take me a little while to get through this if I'm honest. So, earlier this week we lost Jin on his annual vet checkup a week ago. A week and a day ago actually. We'd mentioned his increased drinking of water over time a little bit, you know. We'd kind of been aware that with him being old that he might have some kidney issues, and they did blood tests, and before we got the results he really deteriorated. I don't know if the heat or the checkup that he had knocked him. He was really sick last weekend, so we didn't vlog last weekend. I did contemplate whether we would vlog this weekend, but I kind of want to. I don't want to get back to normality. That's not the right thing, but I kind of want to document it, I guess, maybe, because that's part of being a vlogger, isn't it? And I do miss vlogging when we don't do it. But yeah, over the weekend he really deteriorated, and by Monday we made the decision to take him to the vets. At that point the vets actually got the results from the blood tests which confirmed what we'd feared, was that his kidneys, he was stage 3 to 4 kidney failure, and given the way he was acting, the vet just told us, as we kind of agreed, that it was probably best to let him go. So we did. So the vet was absolutely fantastic with him, to be honest. They're currently in COVID restrictions still. They haven't changed their rules around being inside, but they did allow us to come in to be with him, which we really appreciated. And our vet is older hair vet, and honestly can't thank them enough for the service and treatment. How respectful they were, how reassuring they were. I don't want to dwell on losing him too much, because it's going to be really hard to vlog it. I'd like to talk about things about Jin that made me happy. All the nice memories we had of him, and all the footage I'm finding. Obviously we've got all the vlog footage that you've seen over the last probably 18-24 months that we've kind of been doing the weekly vlogs a bit more and spending time with the cats around the house. You know, it seems really strange to say, but because of the lockdown situation, I spent more time with the cats than I've ever done in all of the history of having them, and I'm really thankful for that, because I got to spend so much time enjoying Jin's company. And you know, now Archie as well, because I'm still working from home, and Archie obviously needs us like we need him. He doesn't really care, to be honest. He's very warm at the minute, so he's kind of hiding behind the couch, but which we were worried about. We thought that Archie was struggling without Jin around, but when we get to the evening, it cools down. Archie comes back out and he's very cute, very purry. Hopefully we'll get some footage of Archie over the weekend, you know. But yeah, I do want to kind of talk about memories of Jin. I guess starting with, we rehomed Jin from Carla Lane Animals in Mead and Melling. Now at the end of this vlog I'm going to try and see if figure out a way to do a donation thing for Carla Lane Animals in Need, because the work they do is fantastic, you know, and I think they deserve it, quite frankly. We got Archie from there, we got Jin from there. And we're talking to them now as well, you know. They've been very supportive, and their volunteers have been very supportive as well, which we are obviously thankful. And very important to us actually is to thank you, because we posted on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I don't know if we posted on TikTok if I'm honest, but definitely on the YouTube post as well, and just the phones were just pinging, just people saying how much they're going to miss him. And you don't realise that, well, I didn't kind of realise, I guess, that he's kind of become part of you as our viewers' lives as well. A lot of the comments over the past 12-18 months have been about how good the cats are and how much fun you like and how much you like to see them, and it's been really fantastic that, you know, you got to enjoy his journey as well. I do want to do a special thank you to Gary and Claire, who sent us a gift yesterday. We didn't know what it was initially, because we got a few Amazon parcels through, and Gemma's sort of like, well, we only ordered one thing. And sure enough, there was a gift from Gemma's brother, Matthew, so thank you to him, of beverages, because, you know, better than a bunch of flowers, as he said. But Gary and Claire also sent us like a little statue of a cat. I'm going to show it in a bit because it's very, very cute. A little statue of a cat with some really nice words on it. And that was super appreciated. Actually genuinely made me cry as well. I mean, I will say that a lot is making me a bit cry, a bit cry of late. But you know, as this video proves. But yes, I think it's kind of part of the healing process is to talk about Jin. But yeah, we got it from Carla Lane Animals in Need. And I have to say, I had Animal Lane. I thought Carla Lane was the street that Carla Lane Animals Indeed was on at one point. But then Gemma said, no, Carla Lane's actually an actress. She passed away a few years ago, but she was very supportive of animal charities and decided to support the charity in Melling. So when we got Jin, I believe it was just called Animals in Need. So it was before her involvement with the charity. We were looking for a cat to keep Cleo company, which in retrospect was kind of a stupid thing to do because Cleo was a very independent cat. But yeah, we went to a few, I'm not going to name it, we went to a few other shelters in the area and didn't really like the shelters, but when we went to Carla Lane they were sort of like so welcoming, and it was like, you know, come in, have a look round, see what you like, and you know, sit down, play with some cats. I remember there was an English Shorter, I think it was, sat on, curled up on a cushion, and I think they were like dead set they're going to take the English Shorter, and she was beautiful, but she wasn't right for Cleo. And they had another young cat who'd been found in the canal with kittens. So there was a real sob story there, and we were very much on the verge of taking her. We would have taken her, but as we sort of chatted to the woman at the cattery, at the shelter, sorry, this big black cat just burst his way through a cat flap and just went wow, and we both looked at him and looked at each other. And it was like, we'll take him. He just basically picked us. It wasn't us picking him; he picked us, and which, funnily enough, is not what happened with Archie. Archie couldn't care less about us. He wanted to see more cats, other cats, which we thought would be a good mix for Jin. We picked Archie. But yeah, we picked Jin. Jin's story was that he was found in Kensington in Liverpool. He was about 10 months old, and they found him living in alleyways and just eating out of bins. They collected him up and took him, and he was friendly. We never, you know, he wasn't chipped or anything. They couldn't trace an original owner, so he went to the shelter. We took him in. We kind of got a feel for the fact that he lived life as a street cat initially, because the first day we got him, we opened pizza. We basically, because we were that late in the evening, we bought pizza. We took the pizza. The pizza was delivered. We sat in the lounge and we chatting and introducing ourselves to this new cat that was in the house. We hadn't introduced Cleo at this point. And the cat just wanders over to the pizza and lifts the box up and starts trying to eat the pizza. He knew how to open pizza boxes because he'd lived on the street and he'd been eating off pizza boxes. But yeah, I mean, initially, you know, straight away he settled in as just like a big gentle giant. He used to come and walk into the room and he'd headbutt your leg, and as he headbutt your leg he'd go boom, slide down, flip over, slide down your leg backwards and land on the floor. I used to love him when he did that. When he got older he stopped doing that, which would have been really sad, but other things that he did instead were like better. One time he got out of the house. Our cats are indoor cats because of where we live. We live on a relatively busy road. There are a lot of dogs around, so we have them as indoor cats. Realistically, Archie doesn't want to go outside. All the windows in the house are open right now. He doesn't care about going outside. Jin, however, once I left the back bedroom open, back bedroom window in the other room next to us here open, just because I was airing the room out. Because if you've got cats, you know cats can smell a bit, especially Tom's. I forgot to close the window. I think what happened is, and I opened the door and they went back into the room. And then I came upstairs. I think Cleo was fussing, fretting, but she was okay. She wasn't interested in going out. And I'm thinking, where's Jen? And I looked at the window and thought, oh no, Jin's got out. So we're like out in the garden, Jin, Jin, can't find him, he's nowhere to be found. Opened the front door and he sat on the neighbour's drive just licking his paws. I don't know if he'd gone and got some food or something. But because he was outside and I hadn't seen him outside before, I had to like double take to make sure it was him because it was getting a little later in the evening and the light was starting to go. But yeah, sure enough, it was Jin. Grab a piece of chicken, call him over, he jumps into my hands, comes into the house. That was actually one of the last times he ever went out, really, because he was an indoor cat and he never called to go out, so we didn't worry about it, you know. Towards like recently, when we actually the weekend we went out for beers for the first time. We got back and we sat in the garden because the weather was lovely. One of my favourite memories of him in recent time was I knew he was very chill, and he's you know, he doesn't run around. And you know, in the last year he hasn't really been an energetic cat so much as a lap cat. But I decided it'd be nice to take him outside, so I picked him up in my arms because I know what Jin's like. He wouldn't struggle or anything like that. Picked him up in my arms and just carried him around the garden and let him sniff some flowers and just enjoy the outdoors for a bit, you know. And that was really sweet. And I'll pop a little clip in if I can find it of me just cradling him in the garden. It was very sweet. But so the real turning point, well, Jin was always a fantastic cat, and he was a big cat, big long claws. So obviously your worry is the big long clawed cat like that, he could hurt you. But he never, other than when he had catnip, he never hurt us. One time when he had catnip, he scratched Gemma's arm. So we stopped him having catnip until he got much older. But yeah, he was always super gentle. You could pack him up, carry him. I used to carry him the length of my arm like this, so his legs would be straddling my arm like a clouded leopard. And he was quite happy to sit like that. But I vividly remember, our long-time viewers will know we used to do Advent calendar unboxings, and we had to stop them twice actually. One time was when we lost Cleo. So we stopped for a few days and then picked up again a few days later, and you know, we were very upset obviously about losing Cleo. Jin actually became a different cat when we lost Cleo. I think he picked up on how sad I was because we lost Cleo very suddenly. She had like a brain aneurysm basically, so it was 1 minute she was fine, the next minute she was basically gone. So the night we lost Cleo, we went to bed. We were obviously devastated that we'd lost her. Very upset, lying in bed, and I was lying on my back. Now, Cleo used to do this thing. So Cleo, when she was very young, she was taken away from, we believe she was taken away from her mother too early. Or very early, maybe not too early. But she used to do this thing where she would lie on your chest here. Do this to me and Gemma. And she would knead your chest. This is a very cat thing to do when they've been taken from mum. It's like a comfort thing. I think it's something to do with kneading for milk or something like that. Anyway, she used to do that, and she would curl. In fact, with me, she would nuzzle herself into my neck here. Jin had seen this, and he thought, that looks fun. So the night we lost Cleo, Jin did the same. Came up. I think he'd already started to do it before we lost Cleo. I'm not going to tell like some furry story about how he suddenly changed, but yeah. Anyway, he climbed up, curled in here, fell asleep here, and I fell asleep on my back with Jin like this. And all I remember is sort of being half asleep and just waking up and just hearing this powerful purring of Jin, and it was just like really calming, you know. It really helped. It was like, it's going to be okay, you know. It's sad that we lost Cleo, but I'm here. I'll step up. And yeah, and from that point on, most nights he would do that, you know. Yeah. When we lost Holly, he stepped up again and did it. You know, and other times he basically became sort of, I felt like he was in tune with my feelings. I can be a little bit emotional at times, and I feel like he was in tune with that, and you know, he knew that he helped, so it was always really good to have that. Yeah, I'll definitely miss that. He did it last Friday was one of the last times. He got to the point where we had to carry him upstairs at the weekend. So I carried him up, and it's kind of funny actually. I decided it'd be a nice idea to put him on in his bed, on our bed. It's nice and comfy for him. He climbed up the bed, climbed on my chest and snuggled down, and we got petted. And then later on, took himself back to his bed. So I lay on the top half of the bed with my legs folded up like this, while he was laying on the bed at the bottom by my feet. Of course, I wake up at 6 in the morning and I'm still lying like this, and he's on the windowsill enjoying the sunrise. So I was basically sharing half my bed with a cat bed that was empty. That's Jin. More happy stories, fun things about Jin. I'm really struggling to remember some because he was just such a sweet cat. I do remember though vividly his favourite thing used to be when he was younger. So you'll have seen him when he was older, and he was a very gentle, very calm cat. When he was younger, he was a lunatic. He used to run around the house because he was such a big leggy cat. So we'd be sitting in the lounge and we'd hear da 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 da. And when we had the dog and the cat, we used to have a dog gate between the kitchen and the living room because the dog, she loved cats. She loved to flip them on the backs and lick the bellies, and the cats weren't too hot on that. But what we used to do is have it open so that we could see all the pets at once. And Jin saw opportunity. So Jin would come from the back bedroom, which we call the cat's room here, run down the stairs at full pelt, slide at the bottom, round the corner, come running into the living room, across the living room, up onto the dog gate, onto the kitchen door, and then across the top of the kitchen cupboards. And of course, he gets so excited doing this and having fun. One time he gets up onto the top of the kitchen cupboards and proceeds to throw up his cat food up there. So we're like, great, now you've got to get up there and get all the cat food down. He was such a cat. Such a good cat. I mean, I think if you're not a cat person, maybe you'd kind of see cats as being these aloof, not very personable animals that you've got to basically come on their terms. Jin wasn't like that. He was more like a dog. He'd follow you around the house. The minute I'd sit down, he'd climb on my knee. His recent favourite thing, because I have that laptop on the wooden tray now, his recent favourite thing used to be to climb up on the couch and sit on my chest between the tray and the laptop, so I could barely use the laptop. Lying in bed at night, I'd be using an iPad to watch some YouTube, and he would come and sit in front of the iPad, so I'm just looking at the side of Jin like this. He's such a funny cat. He will be missed. But yeah, I don't want to dwell too much because I know not everyone sort of takes this sort of thing, and it can be quite upsetting for others who've lost pets. But it's also, for me, I kind of needed to get it off my chest and tell people. I'd like people to know what kind of a cat it was. You alright? Told you Archie was still doing okay. He's flat out on this blankie, having a relax. We've got here a new climbing frame for him because the one, it's just more of a bed and a scratching post because the one he has upstairs is looking a bit old now, so we thought we'd treat him. But right now, while he's had a lot of change going on in the last few days, we're just leaving it down here and letting him get accustomed to it. Hey mister. Oh. I was starting to get a little bit worried about him because he's not really been interacting with me or anything. Not that he was huge on interacting with me, but he did occasionally come and sit with me. But earlier on, while I was playing on the laptop, he came and sat next to me and snuggled down. So we had a nice little afternoon. It is Saturday, by the way, now. So yeah, he's doing good. And we were also a little bit worried because he was hiding behind the couch. But yeah, it was definitely heat related. The heat's dropped off today, and he's been out all afternoon enjoying our company. He's still a bit warm, I think, and a bit tired. But he's had some mackerel today, which he quite enjoyed. One thing we will be doing with Archie now is, because now we've got a bit more control over the food he's eating, because he's not eating Jin's food, we'll put him on a diet because he's a little bit rotund. Ain't you, fella? And we're also playing with him. We've got some new toys for him to play with and things. Another thing, actually, some purchases. I sometimes find it a bit uncomfortable showing off new purchases on the channel, but I do really like showing off stuff from like Etsy and creative companies like that. Now I'm in a Discord of like-minded gamers who like playing video games and stuff, mainly Minecraft admittedly, and two of the members of that Discord have got their own businesses. One of them is Sugar Mochi Art. Sugar Mochi makes, this is probably a better example, she does all these cards and stationery. Now I bought Gemma loads of this stationery for her birthday, but Mochi started doing pins as well. So we have a little croissant and a little iced coffee. I'm not sure if I've got any of the other stuff we got from her handy actually to hand, because it's all Gemma's. But yeah, there's some really cool stuff on there, so check out the Etsy link in the description for Mochi. And the other one is Board Game Solutions. Now, I've never played D&D, I've got to be honest, but when I saw these I thought, these are really cool, I want one. So this is like a dice bag, and it's all handmade and hand stitched and printed by Board Game Solutions, and they also do, hang on, the dice to go with it. So I've got a set of dice. That's cool, isn't it? So yeah, link in the description. Check them out if you can. Help support some small businesses. I also mentioned the gift that Gary and Claire, for viewers and now friends, sent over to us upon hearing of the loss of Jin. They sent us this little statue of a little cat. It's very, very sweet. So we've popped that on the shelf. We need to find a better home for it, to be honest, because the shelf's really dusty. One of the reasons they actually said they bought that for us was because of what the box says on the side, and I must admit when we read it out the other day I ended up in tears, so I'm not going to do it again, but if you want to read it you're quite welcome to. Just pause the video and you'll be able to read it there. It's very sweet. Anyway, enough talking. There isn't really a lot to do other than talk at the minute, because everything's just tied in and I don't really want to vlog that, if I'm honest. But we'll probably pick up with you either tonight, we're having a barbecue when we get back, we're going to put some food on a barbecue in the garden, or tomorrow before we go to another social event, and if not then definitely on Monday. Hello! You alright, honey?
Yeah. I got bit up a storm at that wedding last night.
Yeah, we went, so it's Monday. We went out to a wedding last night, so we didn't really film it today because we just had a bit of pyjama day, didn't we?
Yeah, and it was like a family wedding.
Yeah. So we've just been and picked up the shopping today. We're going to put the shopping away now. Itchy nose?
Yeah, you got sneezy this morning.
But yeah, I think mostly this week it's going to be, I think we'll probably split it into a few vlogs because this one's probably already getting quite long.
Yeah.
But most of this week it's going to be housey stuff.
We're out on Wednesday.
We're out on Wednesday.
At the Shire Horse Centre.
Maybe call to Frito, who have now got a pizza shop, hopefully, or something like that. Somewhere to get some food. That'd be nice. We were going to go into town, but with cases being as high as they are, we decided to not.
Yeah.
But we'll try and support some local businesses in other ways instead.
Yeah, plenty of ways to support them.
There is, yeah. The weather's still lovely and sunny out there, but unfortunately, I think it's going to change tomorrow. We're going to have a few rainy days, which means you might have some rainy Courtbrook visit, eh?
Only there's showers.
Yeah. We missed out on the tasting of the pint for the red ale, the Welsh red ale, but it was really nice. This is the amber one that's in there now. This is actually potentially my first failure. The fresh press didn't mix with the water very well, so when I took it off to brew, at the bottom was just full of the press and none of the yeast was in there. But I just checked online and there is a way around that. You basically just add a bit more boiling water into the base and give it a good mix, so we'll see what happens there. I'm not showing you underneath that because we've not done any pots, so we need to do that. And that's probably going to be the theme for the week, is doing bits of tidying around the house. I'm going to go and do the cat's room in a minute. Oh, I've got my new t-shirt on, look. It's my retro Euro Disney t-shirt. How bright and colourful is that? However, it seems to have already shrunk and my belly hangs at the bottom.
Doesn't that, you know, I think it's just them shorts.
Because I've tucked my pants in.
Yeah.
Archie's down here. He's just chucked up a hairball. So I think he's feeling a lot better after that. Cat things, isn't it? That's what you get when you own cats. Yeah, Gemma's mentioned the new climbing frame. I've already shown that yesterday. What I'm going to do is in a bit, when I've tidied the cat's room, I'm going to get rid of the old climbing frame. He's going to have this new one now. He's been on it a few times. So, you know, it's a nice little place for him to be when we do leave him in his room, which is very rare anymore now, to be honest. He spends most of his time just running around the house. Maybe when I start going back into the office a couple of times a week, he'll find himself in his room again. He's currently sat on his scratching frame. Anyway, enough chatter, tidying time, and I'm going to have a look and see how much video I've recorded, and we'll decide whether to cut this one off and start a new one tomorrow. Now, I think we'll vlog through till tomorrow, then we'll do the Courtbrook day as its own day, and then we'll do the rest of the week, so we have 3 for the week. That sounds okay to me, I think. It's another exciting delivery. Dehumidifier I brought the other week I mentioned. This is basically the same dehumidifier, but a slightly more modern version from Aldi. It's like 120 quid, but because we don't have room for a tumble dryer, a dehumidifier is a really good way to dry our clothes. And it keeps the house nice and dry and stops any like mold forming on walls. It's quite an old house, so that kind of happens. There we go. Finally, we can actually dry clothes in the house again, which isn't so bad in the summer, but in the winter, it's really useful to be able to do that. Actually, I was expecting it to be like 99% humid in here, and it's not. But we have had the windows open this week, so it's probably helped. Tuesday. What are we doing?
Shopping.
We're going to go shopping. Go for a little drive in the car. Maybe go for a little walk somewhere. The weather looks like it's turning.
It's thundering and raining on the Wirral.
Oh, right. Interesting. Might see some nice thunder clouds and storms then. I always like that. Archie's upstairs sulking in the front bedroom.
Oh, why are you sulking?
Oh, he's fine. He's found a comfy spot. Probably. Last night he was very cute actually. When I came up to bed, he was being a bit meowy because he's on a bit of a diet. So obviously he wants food all the time, but he's not allowed to have it all the time. Anyway, you'd fallen asleep. I patted the bed next to me. Archie jumps up next to me, comes over for pets, gets his pets. And he doesn't often do that. So
no, he doesn't often jump on the bed.
No. So then he turned round and basically lied down next to my knees and just battered me with his tail for the next 10 minutes. But it was very sweet.
He's a cutie guy.
Anyway, I'm not sure what we'll record when we're shopping, but I'm sure we'll show you what we bought when we get back.
Might be on Instagram. Everyone's saying that there's Halloween stuff in TK Maxx and Home Sense.
So you want Halloween stuff in July? Okay. Off we go then.
Halloween can be Halloween any time of the year here.
Well, we're at the shops. We had a wander around the range. It was okay. And now we're going to TK Maxx. Found a little bit of Halloween stuff. It's already too much, and yeah, that's already broken. TK Maxx is a very confusing shop. On the same aisle as dog toys, they had a pen and pencil tray, which admittedly did look like a dog toy.
Yeah, it looked like one with Cheetos.
Anyway, you want to try where next? Home Sense, and then we probably do some shopping in Asda. Maybe go for a little walk somewhere. Did you find any like pet stores or anything you wanted to visit, or garden stores? Sorry. No.
One in Formby then.
That's a way to go. Mattress store? No. I feel like this store's more random than TK Maxx, to be honest.
Is this TK Maxx?
Is it?
Upmarket TK Maxx.
Upmarket, huh?
Apparently, yeah.
Peacock lamp. Also, during the current circumstances, don't lick the salt lamp. Presented without comment. Perfect for if you've got pets called Feed Me and Thirsty. That is the most low effort tie-in ever. Halloween because it's orange and black.
Because Archie loves these.
Yeah, he
and
does.
He likes to snuggle in them as well. But you can't say it's Halloween just because it's orange and black.
Fairy donut. She needs a bed. Perfect. Started raining. Got a hat all up. Perfect. And we just called in at this place called Aintree Elves, which only recently found out about and bought about 36 quid's worth of beer. So we're just going to run that back now. I think we're going to nip to Asda as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that place was great. I mean, they had loads of stuff in there. Lashings of shopping. Oh, while we were out. I don't know if I mentioned this while we were out. Forgot it started raining. Our furniture is covered in water in the garden because it wasn't covered over. Look, I got some limes. Oh, those limes look a bit dodgy actually. Got some chicken wings, which might be for something in a future vlog. Got some agave syrup. And some lime juice just in case. Can anyone guess why we got lime and agave syrup? Yep, tequila. This is all adding up, isn't it? Oops. And Cointreau, because we're going to make margaritas and not the pizza.
Oh, she had something.
Well, we're going to Frito at some point, aren't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, we also got a new wok because our wok's a bit all the Tefal had come off it, yeah. All the Teflon had come off it. And we also got the mugs, the bowls to match our plates, which are the Bambi ones, because we got the Disney Bambi ones. So I got Gemma them, didn't I, a little while back. And our pasta bowls were getting a bit old, and we've only had 3 left, so now we've got a full set of 4.
Yeah, there's like cracks and stuff appearing in them.
Yeah.
So.
And we also got peri peri chicken for dinner, which we're going to have now. Meanwhile, in the slightly messy living room, a little Archie has turned up. How's it going, mister? You alright? Hello, he was asleep on the bed upstairs, and he's got his bed there. We also got him a new, he really likes these scratching frames, and he uses these instead of the carpet, so that's good. So we got him this one that's like a hammock. We can put it up on the floor, and we can lie in it, because he likes to sleep on that. Also, of course, you saw we were in Triel. It's a fairly new shop. Oh yeah, of course. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, filming, are you?
Gemma bought
blueberry cinnamon crumble coffee, because you can't go to TK Maxx and be disappointed about them not having the full range of Halloween stuff like all the TK Maxx / home centres have got, and come away without coffee.
Sensible in Liverpool. Halloween can wait until Halloween.
There was a little bit of stuff there, but the stuff in TK Maxx is broken, and the stuff that was in Home Sense was all the crappy stuff that anyone wants. There was no cushions or any of the cool decorations. It was all the flock stuff. I'm not into the flock stuff because we have a mainly white cat, so flock and Archie don't go well together. Do the Archibald.
He's being very cute, rubbing around your legs.
Around my ankles.
There he is, he's just flopped on the floor.
Flop.
We need to hoover this carpet because he keeps, well, that thing there plus this carpet, it means bits of card everywhere. Back over at the couch. 40s Wire Series Barbed Wire, New England IPA. I said Northeastern IPA. Distant Horizon by Wild Child, Tropical IPA. Tiny Rebel Peaches and Cream. That's Gemma's, yeah. Lost and Grounded Hop Hand Fallacy, a Farmhouse Ale. Good old Glenafric with the Mango Across the Mersey Mango Session IPA, that's one Gemma's picked out as well. The Top Rope vs Frank Turner, The Gathering. So Frank Turner actually played at Top Rope's brewery the other day, and they released this beer as a collaboration between him and them. I've never heard any of his music, to be honest. Neon Raptor, whatever that is, Geofizz, yeah, I think so. And then finally, Gemma picked this one out for me. This is a coconut macaroon Russian Imperial Stout by Three Hills Brewing, 10%. Ouch. So these will be enjoyed over the course of the remaining week that we're off tonight. No, we can't. We're going to have an easy night tonight because we have tomorrow's vlog, which is going to be an all new vlog. Is going to be at Coatbrookshire Horse Centre, and Gemma has a half-day experience there, so that should be fun. Assuming they let us vlog. And we've vlogged it a lot of times, but here's the fantastic food from Peri Peri. Oh, so good.
I'm having an early tea.
Good. Spicy. Oh, I just got chilli at the back of my throat. That was really nice. I could eat it again.
Oh, it's always nice, the food from there.
So we are watching the behind the attraction inside the Disney Plus series, and I think we're going to end this weekly vlog here, aren't we?
Yes.
Because tomorrow we're going to go and do your horsey day, and then we'll probably make that into its own vlog, and then we'll have another weekly vlog for the rest of the weekend, or the week off. Week off. Are you having a nice time in your week off?
It's just after. Sorry, that's very loud. After such a long week last week.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a chilled week.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. And spend some time with Archie as well.
Yeah.
He's been such a trooper this week, hasn't he?
He has, yeah.
Although he isn't around at the minute.
No,
I think he's probably gone up to bed somewhere.
Bought him a new bed and he's gone to sleep on mine.
Yeah. Typical cat.
Typical cat.
Anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Oh, actually, there is one last thing I do want to talk about.
Oh.
So I mentioned earlier in the vlog that we got Jin from a shelter called Carla Lane Animals in Need. When we got him, it was just Animals in Need, wasn't it? I think Melling Animals in Need or something like that.
Yeah, we got Archie from there as well.
We did, yeah. So what I'm going to do is just recently we got we get about twice a year we get a payment from YouTube just to cover like all the ads that people watch. So if you've watched one of our vlogs and you have an advert, or if you have a YouTube Premium subscription, we get a tiny cut of that. It was really small. But what I generally do with that money is basically just donate it to charity. And in this case, I'm going to donate 50 quid of that to Carla Lane Animals in Need. But I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to set up a Just Facebook donation. I haven't looked into this yet, see how it's done. So there's no, I don't want anyone to feel pressurised to pay anything towards this, but I'm going to set it up, and if you do feel you want to give and donate to this shelter that looks after cats and dogs and many other animals, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, they do farm animals, anything, and they specialise in bull breeds.
Bull breeds.
And they go to court to save bull breeds.
Yeah, well, our long-time viewers will know we had Holly, our dog Holly. She was a Staffordshire Bull Terrier collie cross, so you know that's quite close to our heart and everything as well. But just know that if you have been watching our vlogs with adverts showing or YouTube Premium, you've already donated. But if you do feel like you want to contribute a little bit more, I'll pop a link in the description underneath with a Just Giving link, and we'll see if we can get some more money over to them and get them some a donation to help them run the shelter, because I think they're in the process of building a new cattery, which will be really cool facility for the cats as well. Is that true, Jem?
What was that?
In the process of building a new cattery?
They're always building new stuff.
Yeah.
Always
but yeah, anyway.
Expanding to take more animals and things
you know
like
it's
that.
going to go to help animals be reunited with new owners, and for us...
Yeah, they're doing very well at the minute. They've currently only got 9 cats.
9
they've done
cats?
so well rehoming them.
That's fantastic,
And they've
isn't it?
just brought a load of dogs over from like one of the Caribbean islands, like
right.
I think it's Mauritius.
Yeah.
They just brought a load of dogs over from there as well, because because they've been doing so well with the rehoming that they will never turn a dog down.
Yeah. And this is this for our American friends. This is a no-kill shelter.
Yes.
Any dogs that go there either stay there or get rehomed.
Yes.
But yeah, so we we got Jin from there. Jin was an absolutely amazing animal, and I think it's only right that we give some more back to help them rehome and other animals, and hopefully help people get the pets that we got out of Jin. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm gonna start getting emotional again. So we'll leave the vlog there, and thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, and name an instrument, Gemma, quick.
Triangle.
Dingus triangle. I think we've done that one before, but never mind.
Okay, hit the glockenspiel.
Hit the glockenspiel. Ooh,
I do like a glockenspiel.
yeah. See you later, guys. Slight addendum, it'll be a Facebook donations place, because they're not on Just Giving. But yeah, if you've got £1, chuck it in the pot. If you don't, you watch the video. Thank you very much. See you later. Glockenspiel. That's a horse.
That's a glockenspiel.
Another disaster has occurred. Oh, we have a snowman. That'll go quite nicely with our other snowman. There's Jin helping. There's a cat attacking. Will you move, mister?